build a future where children are protected.
And today, hundreds of parents protested outside the offices of Facebook owner Meta in New York, demanding better online protection for children. Among them were 4 British families who say that social media played a part in the deaths of their children. Ellen Room is one of the parents who travelled to the US for the protest. Her 14-year-old son, Jules, died in 2022, she believes, after an online challenge that went wrong. She joins me now, along with Jessica Smith, who is the online safety principal at the communications regulator, Ofcom. Welcome to you both. And let me start with you, Ellen. I'm so very sorry about the loss of your son.
Thank you.
Tell us what you think happened, and tell us what you have been trying to achieve ever since that dreadful day to get justice for him.
So I have never been able to get access to his data. So Meta released some data. They refused to give me browsing data and any kind of messages. So I have always said I don't know for certain exactly what happened to my son. I believe it was something to do with social media. And as a parent, we have no rights to review our children's social media, which I think is entirely wrong. And I started my Jules Law campaign to change the law around that it should be compulsory on the death of a child that social media is preserved and requested automatically.
It seems not just wrong, but frankly astonishing that you weren't able to look into the history of a 14-year-old, your own son, to try and understand what led him down that very dark path.
Well, there was nothing that was found offline, so there was no sign of any bullying, any mental health issues that anybody was aware of. And so the only thing we never tried was social media. The police never looked at that. And so from my point of view, I just think it's entirely wrong. I'm responsible for a minor. I should have the right to be able to see that data. And there is proven time and time again how much harmful material is on social media. That was there something that he saw? Was it an online challenge, some bullying? I need to see his data for answers.
Are you pleased then with these new Ofcom rules that we just announced?
I am. I think any step forward to regulate it is always positive. I don't think it comes quick enough, and I think we could do more around it. I understand there's no protection around online challenges, so that's not going to stop that sort of harmful material on the platform. The Ofcom have to remove dangerous, sorry, not Ofcom, the social media companies have to remove dangerous content when they become aware of it. Well, how soon is that going to happen? It's still actually going to be there. So how many children are going to see that before they remove the data? And I don't understand why we're not tougher with the rules to stop children seeing it in the first place.
Well, let's go to Ofcom and Jess Smith. Jess, do you have an answer to what Ellen just said?
Thanks. First of all, I would just like to really pay tribute to these families. Their campaigning is a key part of the reason that we have an Online Safety Act and why we're doing this work at Ofcom. And so it's really inspiring to hear these families talk, and we're all really motivated by the awful losses that they've suffered. In terms of the rules that we've announced today, this is about age checks, so you know where children are on platforms. It's about platforms removing harmful content. It's about ensuring that anything that's likely to be harmful is not served up to children in their feeds. This includes content related to dangerous stunts and challenges, which is one of the harms that's set out in our rules today. And it's also about giving kids the tools and support that they need to live lives online in a way that gives them better control over what they can see and experience. So the ability to mute and block and easily report content, these are really important things that kids themselves have told us that they want to see.
Ellen, let me ask you, if all the things that Ofcom has now announced were in place, Ellen, are you still there? Yeah, you're there.
Yes, I am. Sorry, I was listening.
Just if all those things that Ofcom has announced today were in place in 2022 when your son took his life, but not some of the things that you referred to that are still missing, but do you think that the stuff today would have made the difference? Would it have saved his life, do you think?
I don't know, because they won't give me access to see what he's seen, which I think is fundamentally wrong. So I can't see what he's looked at. So that's the first hurdle. What did he look at? What did he see that was dangerous? But my challenge there is, are you saying then that there will be no dangerous content online? You said they're going to stop children seeing that data. Are you saying that that won't be there anymore? There's going to be no harmful material on social media sites?
Well, let me ask Jess then. Jess, you heard the question. What's your answer? Jess Smith from Ofcom.
So, of course, there's no solution that is going to remove all harmful content from the internet. And we know that there will be instances where kids are able to access this content. But what I will say is that this is still a game changer, because at the moment what kids are telling us, and we've spoken to nearly 30,000 children in developing these rules, what they're telling us is that harmful content is unavoidable. They're not looking for it. They go online, they scroll through their social media feed, and they see violence, they see extreme misogyny, they see suicide, self-harm, eating disorder, really depressive content. And we know that they actually have a worse experience online than adults do. You know, we know that children are more likely than adults to encounter this kind of harmful content. Now that's an outrageous position for us to be starting from, and we know that these rules will make a serious difference in tackling that.
But surely the law should be more stringent. Go on, Ellen.
Why are we allowing, you're saying you won't remove that content. Why are we allowing children on these platforms then? If we can't remove it entirely so they don't see it, then why are they allowed on it?
Jess?
So what we're saying is these rules will have a significant effect in reducing the availability of that content, ensuring that that is not a normal part of children's online experiences as it is at the moment. We think that that is worth doing, and that will be a serious step forward for children's safety.
Why would we not
what we
turn it
won't
off
do
then?
is say.
Go on. What was that, Ellen?
And so
why not turn it off? If we can't completely stop them seeing harmful content, why don't we stop them accessing it? I don't understand that. That really frustrates me. We're saying we're reducing the risk, we're not removing it. Well, how many children are still going to be affected by that? It's surely switch it off for kids. If it's not safe, you can't make it safe. Get rid of children being able to access it.
Okay. We actually run out of time. I'm sorry, Jess, you won't even have a chance to answer that question. Thank you very much to both of you.